Hello there.
Hello there my friends, I'm Star Wars Meg, here to give you all of the news from a galaxy far, far away and to provide you with another Mandalorian Season 2 update. We have a lot of exciting news to get through today guys, but before we get into the video, you know how it goes, please hit like down below, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and also please consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon, and without further ado, let's get to the Star Wars news. So basically about a week ago, Rahul Kohli trolled everyone by making up a tweet that he was going to play Ezra Bridger. This ended up being debunked, but it seems like a lot of Star Wars fans still think that he will be playing the live action Ezra. But this is extremely unlikely because it's not been confirmed yet and he was just joking. But there is an article I want to read to you about Ezra Bridger potentially appearing in The Mandalorian, and it states Star Wars, who could play Rebels' Ezra Bridger in live action. There are a few young stars who'd be great as Ezra Bridger in The Mandalorian or other Star Wars TV, from current DC superheroes to future ninjas. With The Mandalorian set to feature Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano and heavy rumours of the appearance of Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren, speculation has grown about the eventual live-action future of another popular character from Rebels, Ezra. Since Ahsoka and Sabine were both last seen heading out on a quest to find him after his hyperspace vanishing during the liberation of Lothal, the young Jedi could logically make an appearance in The Mandalorian. But who would play Ezra in live action? Through Rebels, Ezra was voiced by actor and model Taylor Gray in a performance that took the character from adolescence to early adulthood. Over the course of the show, Ezra grew from the self-centered lone wolf kid to brave and seasoned member of the rebellion with a strong understanding and capability with the Force. During the show's finale, Ezra took Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn into hyperspace to aid in the liberation of Lothal, and in the process vanished with him. Sabine and Ahsoka later left the rebellion to search for Ezra, but his whereabouts during the original trilogy and thereafter remain unknown. If he were to appear in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Ezra would be nearing 30 and likely much stronger in the Force. The wisecracking street rat persona that made him such a kid-friendly protagonist in Rebels may be diminished a little bit. But he'd certainly still bring the charming energy and unorthodox style that made him so popular with so many fans. With that in mind, there are a number of established and rising stars who would be excellent as a live-action Ezra, each with a unique spin that they could bring to the role. First of all, on the matter of Rahul Kohli. iZombie's Rahul Kohli sparked a storm of rumours recently when he tweeted about being in that Lothal orphan Force-sensitive trained by Kanan Jarrus kind of shape, for no particular reason, but the oblivious reference to Ezra led many to believe that Kohli might have already been cast, until a follow-up video where he confessed that he was just kidding and that while he was a huge fan of Star Wars Rebels and would love to play Ezra, nothing official on that end had taken place. Whether or not Kohli was being completely honest is still a matter of debate for some fans, but regardless, he would still make an excellent choice for Ezra. The next one is Taylor Gray. It's exceedingly rare for an animated character to be played by the same voice actor when adapted for live action, but in the case of Ezra it could actually work. Taylor Gray is the exact right age to play a post-Return of the Jedi Ezra. He looks similar enough to the animated versions that fans wouldn't balk, and he has real chops in live action roles in addition to his voice acting work. And finally, Henry Golding. This pick is a little different, mainly because Golding is rapidly ascending to superstar status. Depending on the role that Ezra would potentially play if he were to return, Golding's growing fame could put him a bit out of reach. However, if it worked on the business end, Golding would be a great choice for grown-up Ezra. So what do you guys think about Ezra potentially returning in The Mandalorian Season 2? It's all rumour and, to be honest, I really doubt he will appear. I know a lot of fans want to see him, and myself included. But how would he look in live action? Who would play him? Those are the big questions. Let me know what you think in the comments. But without further ado, let's get to our next news article. We'll return to The Mandalorian Season 2 momentarily, but let's look at a different story which is about a completely different subject. Star Wars' new Ewoks put the movie versions to shame. Introduced in Star Wars Adventures, The Clone Wars Battle Tales, the QBs of Caliban are similar to the Ewoks of Endor's Moon, but are more useful. The cuteness of the Ewoks may be undeniable, but their usefulness and overall effectiveness during the Battle of Endor is always up for debate. Conversely, everyone who has read the 5th and latest issue of Star Wars Adventures, The Clone Wars Battle Tales, will come to the inevitable conclusion that the mini bear-like creatures featured in that issue are far superior in almost every aspect. The Ewoks might have taken on the AT-STs in Return of the Jedi, but these little guys took on General Grievous by hugging him. The adorableness in the Star Wars universe has no bounds, it seems. Before their debut, Obi-Wan and his team find themselves at the mercy of General Grievous, who not only takes them prisoner upon their arrival on the planet Caliban, but enlists their services to rebuild a bridge that his army accidentally destroyed. Kenobi may have tried to remind the Separatist general that in order for him to stay in compliance with the Galactic Accord, he couldn't force them into manual labor. But Grievous doesn't seem to appreciate this act of defiance and responds by violently punching Kenobi in the face and threatening him if he disobeys. You know, personally, I very strongly disagree with this article because I'll always have a soft spot for Ewoks. We saw them in Return of the Jedi. They even had their own little animated TV show back in the day, and you really can't replace the authenticity of the original trilogy and original Star Wars characters that George Lucas first had. So yeah, I don't care how cute these guys are, and you know what, they're not even that cute compared to the Ewoks. I'll always prefer Ewoks to any similar type of mini bear-like Star Wars creature. But what do you guys think? Let me know. So now we move on to our next article, and this one is about the sequel trilogy, and it's about Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose Tico in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, and she's reflecting on her decision to quit social media. So this is yesterday's article, but I didn't cover it, so I'm going to cover it now. There's no denying the impact that social media has on everyone's life. While digital platforms give us a way to communicate with people all around the world, they can also become ground zero for some pretty negative behavior. That's something that Star Wars star Kelly Marie Tran knows all too well. In fact, the bullying she faced in the months after The Last Jedi was so extreme that she ended up leaving social media altogether. Now she's reflecting on that decision and offering advice for others on how to navigate the digital world. In 2017, Kelly Marie Tran made history as the first Asian American woman to star in a Star Wars movie. However, her character Rose Tico proved to be divisive for some fans of the franchise, and they aired their grievances on platforms like Instagram and Twitter, often engaging with her directly to make their displeasure known. The harassment took a toll on her mental health and eventually led the actress to delete all of her social media accounts in 2018. The move prompted some of her Star Wars co-stars to speak up on her behalf and caution fans against toxic behavior. Though stepping away from social media meant losing a way to interact with fans and promote her career, Kelly Marie Tran told Entertainment Tonight that she does not regret her decision at all. She states, I think that, it's a different decision for everyone, and I think that people should do what they think is right for them. I also think that it was the best thing I ever did. I don't know, it's funny, it feels like people are still shocked by it sometimes. I'm like, no, I did what I did for me. Now look, I don't really particularly like the character of Rose Tico in the sequel trilogy. I think she was very wasted and a little bit of a pointless character all in all. And feel free to disagree, but all I want to say is I do not approve at all of the abuse that she faced. It was disgusting, and the Star Wars fandom on the whole is known for being extremely toxic, and I bet I'm going to get a bunch of dislikes by people who, think I'm defending Rose Tico's character. I'm not. I'm defending Kelly Marie Tran because she's a human being, not a fictional character from a sci-fi film or a space opera, whatever you want to call it. And so finally we come back to news about The Mandalorian Season 2, and it's more like a little list that has been compiled of the 5 top Mandalorians from the Star Wars universe. Now I disagree with this list to an extent. They did include some cool ones, but they missed out, some really key Mandalorians like Sabine Wren, Gar Saxon, Duchess Satine, Previs, and many other Mandalorians, but this is their top 5. So first of all, we have the Armorer. The Armorer is one of many enigmatic characters on The Mandalorian. So far, fans know very little about the woman who forges armor and weapons from recovered Beskar. She displayed skills far beyond metalwork when she took down a squad of Imperial Remnant stormtroopers by herself. Judging from the Season 2 trailer, she will remain a significant presence in the titular Mandalorian's life and journey. Perhaps fans will learn more about her background and identity as well. Next we have Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan is the sister of Duchess Satine and a major leader in the Mandalorian people during the divisive period of the Clone Wars. Next up we have Jango Fett. It's a matter of some debate whether or not Jango Fett and consequently Boba are Mandalorians. They both definitely wear Mandalorian armor, but in an episode of the Clone Wars this exact question came up. Prime Minister Almec claimed Jango Fett was nothing more but a common bounty hunter. That seemed to have solved things. Or did it? And next we have Boba Fett. Boba is literally and figuratively the prototype Mandalorian. His amazing armor and cold determination in the pursuit of Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back started the entire Mando train running. Boba Fett created an entire legend around himself and his people with just a few lines and a few scenes. And now he's set to return for Season 2, so his destiny after the Sarlacc pit will finally be explored once and for all. And finally we have the Mandalorian, Din Djarin. Mandalorians have been a major subject of fascination within Star Wars for a long time. Din Djarin gave them a galaxy of more reasons to be fans. The quiet, stoic bounty hunter follows the Mandalorian way, strictly fighting, killing, and to his own surprise, protecting. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Also, please check out my Patreon, which is in the link in the description. And also just remember that this is the way. There are 24 days until season 2 of The Mandalorian drops on Disney+. And I'll be giving you episode by episode breakdowns, Easter eggs, all of the things you missed. And it's going to be a very exciting time for the Star Wars fandom on the whole. I will see you tomorrow. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a fantastic rest of the day. No matter where you dwell in the galaxy, have a good one.